Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you all are doing well. Today, we are going to have a detailed discussion on the basics of English, which is pronoun, right? So, before we start, the what basically pronoun is and how can we understand it and what is the role of pronoun, we need to understand the meaning, the literal meaning of the word pronoun. Okay, if you look at the word, it is a combination of two words, pro and noun, right? Pro means instead of, right? And noun simply means any name or a naming word, right? So pronouns or a pronoun is a word, right, which is used in replacement of noun, in replacement of name, or a word which is used instead of noun, right, is known as pronoun. Okay, this pronoun will serve as as the basics, right? Because we have many cases regarding this pronoun, right? The moment we understand the cases, right, we will be quite we'll be able to understand the nature of the word very clearly. So first of all, I'm going to write all the pronouns here, right? There is one more word which is noun. So you don't have to worry about that word, right? So I'm going to write all the pronouns on your screen here. Let's start. First of all, we have I, we, you, he, she, it, noun, and they. Okay? These are all pronouns except this word, pronoun, except this word, right? Noun. So all of these words are pronouns. They are used in replacement of noun. For example, for example, if I'm speaking, if I'm the speaker, right? I'll write my name here. If I'm the speaker, right? I don't need to repeat my name throughout the passage, right? Again and again, right? If I use my name at the first place, then I don't need to use my name, again and again. I have to use I instead of this noun. Okay, so these are all pronouns. Now let me tell you the nature of all these words, right? We also say that this is the subjective case of all these words, right? Now, what do you mean by subjective case? Subjective case. Subjective case, we know that a sentence is made up of two elements, right? Two halves. One half is known as subject, and the other is known as object, or you can also call that as predicate. A sentence is having a subject and an object. Okay, wherever you see subject and object together, you can say that is a sentence. Okay, now look at the screen. I'm writing a sentence here. I sleep. I sleep. Can you tell me, is this a sentence or not? Yes, this is a sentence because I serves as subject and sleep is an object. We can say this is a sentence because it gives you meaning, right? It's having subject and an object. Okay, so subjective case means, see, now we know that if we divide a sentence into two, I'm drawing a line in the middle of the sentence. This part of sentence is known as subject, this part of the sentence known as object, right? In English we have some words which are always used from the left hand side, right? I will name it LHS. This is RHS. So some words are there which are always used from the left hand side, which is subject side, and some words are always used from the object side, which is right hand side. Okay? Let me tell you this way. there is, one of the side in a sentence which is subject, then other side of the subject which is object, right? Then all of those words which are always used from the subject side is known as subjective case. We denote those words as subjective case, right? All of these words are subjective cases. Okay, for example, let me give you an example here. It will be clear. Look at it. For example, if I say I I read, okay, I read. I becomes subject, read is an object. Now, if I tell you from which side we have written I, we can say that it is written from the subjective side or subject side, okay, from the left hand side. And this is the subjective case. I itself is a subjective case. Why? Because this is always written from the subject side. It will never come from the object side, right? Now, one fact is that if you force I, right? If you force I to come from the object side, right? It doesn't go there. Okay? It doesn't go there. It gives substitution, right? It gives a one substitution, which is me. So we do not write I from the object side, we write me. For example, you know, I cannot write I here, right? It's incorrect use. I have to replace I with me because this is object side. I always comes from this side. It will never come from this side. So instead of I, we have to write me. This is the objective case of I. I hope you got it. There is a name for for this I, which is personal pronoun I. PPI, personal pronoun I. Okay. Whenever it comes alone, it is always written capital. We never write like, don't write I like this, right? This is wrong. I is to be written like this. Okay. I. And whenever it comes in the middle of the word, it will be small. And whenever it comes in the front, it comes alone, we have to write I capital always. Remember this. Wait a second. Now, these all words are subjective case, right? If you make a row, write on the top as subjective case and draw a line. This is a subjective case. Now, when we talk of the possessive cases or the objective cases, let's come to objective cases first. Objective case, OC. Okay, objective case. I told you there are some words which are always used from the from object side and some words which are always used from the subject side. We call them subjective case, and we denote those words which come always from the object side, we denote them as objective cases, right? So the objective case of I is me. Similarly, of we, it is, come on, us, right? You, it's you again. He, it is him. She, her. It is it again. Noun is noun, it's same. And they, it's them. Okay, these are all objective cases of these words, right? Me, us, you, him, her, it, noun, them. I hope you got it, right? So then comes our possessive cases. Before I tell you what are the possessive cases of these words, let's understand what a possessive case is. Okay. Uh, have you ever heard the word possession? Maybe yes. Possession means a thing or an object, right? Uh, belonging, right? I possess something means that the object, a thing belongs to me. That's mine. That's yours. That's his. Okay. It shows an object belonging to the person, right? having something. For example, my pen, your pen, his pen, their pen, right? Rahul's pen. So this shows possession, right? Possession means belonging. This pen belongs to you. This notebook belongs to them, right? So these kind of words show you the possession, right? Who belongs this? Whose object is this? We call it possessive case, right? So whenever we write possessive cases, I will write here P and C, which is possessive case. I, me, the possessive case of I is my, remember, right? Then possessive case of we and us is our. You is your. He, him, his, her. Now it's apostrophe S. Noun. How do we show the possession with noun? Can you guess? Let me tell you. We write noun first, right? Then we put apostrophe, then we write S. This is what we call as apostrophe S. Okay? Writing any name, then putting apostrophe, then S. This way, we show possession with the nouns as well, right? I'll show you how we show the possession with the nouns. If it's a singular, then how do we put apostrophe s? And if the noun is plural, then how do we do that, right? The possessive case of they is there, there. Okay. Let me go to the other slide. I don't want to delete this, so wait a second. Yes. So, for example, if it's a noun, take any name. For example, let's take Rahil. Okay, Rahil. Rahil is a noun and is a singular, right? So whenever we are asked to put apostrophe s with or show possession with the name Rahil, right? What do we do with the singular pronouns? Sorry, with the singular nouns, we put apostrophe here and we write s. This shows you the possession now with singular nouns. Now, what happens if the noun is plural? For example, boys. Boys is noun, right? But this is plural. How do we drop apostrophe with the plural names, right? Remember this rule always. We put apostrophe at the end of the word after s, right? And we do not write s at the end. This will be enough for the plural nouns. Boys, put apostrophe at the end. And there is no need to write s at the end, right? Which shows possession actually. But with with singular nouns, we put apostrophe then s. But if the noun is plural, right, we do not put s at the end. We just put the apostrophe at the end, and that's it. And that's how we make the possession. We show the possession with the plural nouns. Okay, this is how we do it. For example, there is a word notebooks. Notebooks. Now, if you want to show the possession with notebooks, put apostrophe at the end. That's it. Okay, this is enough for showing the possession with the nouns, with the plural nouns, right? I hope you got this idea, you got this concept. How do we make the possession with the singular nouns, and how do we do that with the plural nouns, right? Then comes a number, right? This word seems to be very mathematical, right? Whenever you hear the word number, right, what comes in our mind is 1, 2, 3 digit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till infinite, right? But number, whenever it is in English, right, whenever this concept comes in English grammar, it doesn't mean 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it doesn't mean it. Number, whenever you go through, whenever your eyes fall on this word, right, it doesn't mean 1, 2, 3, 4. It means whether an object, whether a thing or an object, or whether a subject is singular or plural. Okay, so number doesn't mean 1 2 3 4. It never talks about digits. Number talks about whether an object is singular or plural. So it talks about singularity or plurality, right? Let me give you an example. See, boy. If I tell you what is the number of this word, you have to say that this is singular. If I tell you girls, right? What is the number of the word? It is plural. Okay, it will just tell you whether the subject, whether an object is singular or plural, right? Number is all about it. Okay, now if we go to the pronouns at the first slide, right? What is the number of I? Right? What is the number of I? Wait a second. What is the number of I? I'm going to write again. I, we, you, he, she, it, noun, and they. Now see, what is the number of I? It's singular, right? It's singular. One person speaks. What about we? It's plural. What about you? It's singular as well as plural. You are a boy, you are boys. So I used you with a singular boy with plural boys. Okay? Then he, it's singular. She, it's singular. It is singular. Noun. See, when it comes, if we are talking about a general noun. Remember this point. I have written noun here. Okay, noun is a general term for all the names, and the names could be singular, it could be plural. Okay, so if it's general, if you're talking about noun, right, it could be singular. For example, one person, Rahil, is a noun, right? If I say boys, that is also that comes in noun. So noun itself, it in general, it can be singular, it can be plural, right? If I write here any name, for example, a specific name I write here, then we are definitely aware that the word is whether it is singular or plural. For example, if I replace noun with, for example, pen, okay, and I tell you what is the number of pen, you will definitely say that it's singular, right? But if I'm talking about general noun, right, noun possesses everything. It is singular, plural, everything. So that's why I write here singular and plural both. Now, what is the number of they? They is plural. Remember this. Okay, let me get back a second so that I can tell you what basically there is one specific rule about it. He, she, it, and noun. These are singular, right? Now, can you tell me what is the plural of he, plural of she, plural of it? And if there are many nouns, plural of noun. Okay, it's very easy, extremely easy. That's plural of he is they, plural of she is they again, plural of plural of it is they again, plural of noun is they. Right? So these four words are having one plural word, that is they. Right? I hope you understood it. Now the last is gender. Okay, gender. In from ancient times, uh, we know that gender, male and female. These are the two genders, right, which we are familiar with. But we have to remember this point that when we talk about English, right, and when we discuss on gender in English, we have four genders. Remember, male, female, right? Can you give me the names for male and female? You're going to remember these four genders forever. Number one, sorry, number one is masculine, which is male. Number two is feminine, which is female. Number three is neuter. Number four is common. Now tell me, masculine, feminine, we know, being a male, being a female, right? So in English, there are some words which definitely, which which will tell you that whether the word is male or female, whether the subject, right, is masculine or feminine, right? So we know these two genders very well. But what about neuter and common? Okay, you're going to remember this point now. Masculine and feminine, we know that, but what about neuter? Neuter, there are words in English, right? There are words there are words in English, right, which are neither taken as you know male nor female. Okay, those words where we do not have any gender, neither male nor female. Okay, neuter. It's beyond the genders. There are words which are never taken as male or female. For example, we have a lot of words in English. For example, book. What is the gender of book? You don't know. It's neuter. Pen, table, right? Desk, okay? Um, Notebook. There are number of words in English, right, where we know that there is no gender specific about those words, right? And we call those words as neuter because gender is not specific there, right? Doesn't denote any gender. So we call all those words are known as neuter gender, right? Without those words which are beyond the genders, okay, we call that as neuter gender, right? Then we have the last, which is common. Common simply means any word which is taken as male as female. There are words which are used for males as well as for females. Okay, used for masculine as well as feminine. For example, teacher. A teacher can be a male teacher, it can be a female teacher, right? So it is having both the genders. It is common. Okay, then we have student. A student can be a male student, can be a female student. So student itself is a common, right, in terms of gender. Then we have the doctor, right? Doctor. It can be a male doctor or it can be a female doctor, right? Uh, Police. It can be both, right? Engineer, artist, poet, dramatist, linguist. Okay, linguist, scientist. These are all words, these are the words, right, where we do not have a specific gender, right? It can be used for males as well as for females. Now let me come back to the pronouns here. See, when we talk about gender, right, we have to remember the gender of these words. The gender of I is both. It's common. I am a boy, I'm a girl, can be used by both. We, it's again C, common. You, it's common. He is masculine, she is feminine, it is common. Noun, in terms of when we take this noun as a general, right, it's common. It can be a male name, it can be a female name, right? Then they, it's common again. They are boys, they are girls. So these are all, these are the things which are related about gender. So I hope you got all of the ideas regarding the basics of grammar, which is pronoun. So I hope all the concepts, all the tidbits are clear to you. Right now, the one more thing about the pronouns, are which is very important, is that you know this will be something additional. V1 is always used for present simple. V2 is always used for past simple. Okay. V3 is known as past participle. One thing. Number two, V1 is known as bare infinitive. Okay. When you have 2 plus V1, it is infinitive. Okay. When it's 2 plus V1, we call it infinitive. And infinitive functions as, can you tell me? Infinitive function as, come on, infinitive function as noun. Okay. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now, after some days, I'll be uploading an assessment for all of you regarding the same thing, right? There'll be questions regarding pronouns, there'll be questions regarding V1, V2, right? There'll be questions about present simple and past simple, because I have told you that V1 is always used for present simple, and V2 is always used for past simple, and V3 is known as past participle, right? So, with this, I'm going to, end my class today. I hope you got all the points regarding the topic, right? So if you have any queries and confusions, you can drop a message in my WhatsApp, or you can contact, right, from any means you want, right? If you have anything to say, you can contact me. Thank you so much for the session. Allah.